Alive and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D Real coming at you with another Be Real with D Real, where edutainment is what I do. And what I do is recommended reading. And the recommended reading that I'm recommending you read is Ultimate Invasion #2. Courtesy of Misters Hickman and Hitch. It's a good read so far. I have been enjoying it because the buildup, the tension, the excitement is like, okay, what is going on here? What's about to happen? And there is a lot of stuff happening in this book. My review, my recommended reading is going to be spoiler heavy. It's going to be very, 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 very spoiler heavy. And I understand as a longtime comic book collector and reader, you don't want that experience sullied by somebody spoiling it for you. So if you want to enjoy this book with virgin eyes and ears and whatever else, or whatever fashion you enjoy reading your comics in, you might want to forego watching this video just yet, okay? Because spoiler, I'm gonna be spitting it all out there, and I'm gonna be giving you my thought processes and the things that I think about this book. So you'll be pulled in some directions. But however, before we get off into what's going on with this book, I need y'all to do what you always do for your mans and them. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the Be Real with D Real page so that when new material comes out, it is yours. If you're digging, if you digging what a brother shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket, comment, like, subscribe, and share the entirety. That was the hip-hop remix version. I'm still on my 50th anniversary, man. But that's not what we're here to talk about. I'm going to show y'all a little video that gives you a little, teases and tantalizes. And then we're going to go into the review, and I'm a wrap, and that's going to be that. But let's take a look at this before we get off into this review. Check it out.
Reed Richards. You are the smartest man in the universe. And now there's an evil version of you loose in the world. Where do you think he's gone?
I'm less worried about where he is, and more worried about what he's doing. The reason we've gathered here today is the lingering question. What is the Maker making?
The components he stole are unique and identifiable. He has to know that we'll be looking for those energy signatures. And he has to know that we'll know when he turns it on. If you had the chance, if you had the hard choice to make, would you erase me from existence? I'll keep that in mind.
Ooh, that's nice. That's nice production there. That's nice production there. Okay. So essentially, the Maker and the 1610 universe version of Reed Richards, who has gone bad and turned into a super duper villain by the name of the Maker, and he is trying to remake, reshape, recreate his universe, but it's not looking like he wants to do it the same way it was done previously. We see that he wants to minimize the creation of certain superhuman individuals. Let's take a look and see what's going on. So here we are, chapter 2. Down the rabbit hole. And the new universe that the maker has put together, 6160. What's unique about the 6160? So we do a recap, just like we saw in the video, and the maker is asking the question, if you could do it all again, if you had the chance, would you erase me from existence? Unlike in that video, here's Reed's response. Reed said, hell yeah, I'll erase your crazy ass from existence. And he said, I'll keep that in mind. So here we are. He's gotten all of this temporal equipment, all the necessary parts he needs to make a time machine for him to travel backwards, forwards in time and do what he needs to do. So on the maker's 6160 world, there is indeed a Thor. We see him kneeling. To Loki. And we see the maker in the background with Fenris. The rainbow bridge is shattered, which effectively imprisons the, well, not imprisons them, but keeps them from coming to Earth. And I would imagine the maker has made some sort of deal with Loki. I'll keep you in power if you keep Odin's son over there with you. Also, the Fantastic Four do not exist. A rocket launch to delay by hours and a cosmic storm missed. So the fateful accident that creates the Fantastic Four never happens. And who do we have sitting here? Who are these two people? Who are these two people? There is a bald-headed, gray-bearded African-American man and a Caucasian man and a sign that says Stain Stark. Because the maker realizes, regardless of his actions, mankind will still be slavish to its nature. There will be wars and weapons of war and men who make such things. Oh, really? So who's our favorite war weapon maker in the Marvel universe? More on that in a second. Here we see that event still occurs. So Robert Bruce Banner still becomes the Hulk in this universe. What kind of Hulk does he become, though? Hang on, got you covered. And now we see some folks out in the polar wilderness. They are going in a cave, which eventually they discover the frozen body of Steve Rogers, aka Captain America. But here's what the maker says. There will also be vacuums, missing bits of history that seem impossible not to be there. For example, I found no man in the ice to murder. So that's what the maker's doing. He's going and he's finding out, kind of like, I remember an episode of the Super Friends where Lex Luthor, Sinestro, and Cheetah went back in time. I don't know how they managed to find out Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman's origin story, or Green Lantern, their origin stories, but they found out who they were and how they became who they were, and just intervened in time at that moment when Hal Jordan, Kal-El, or Diana would have been in that moment. And so effectively, not necessarily wiping Diana Prince, Clark Kent, and Hal Jordan out of existence, but Superman, Wonder Woman, and Green Lantern. That's what it looks like they've done here. Didn't necessarily wipe Thor out of existence, but managing Thor, as he put it. Okay. And now the maker has put his base of operations in Latveria. Oh. So there ain't no Victor Von Doom neither. I'm gonna have to check that out, read into it. Because I'll be honest with y'all. I wasn't really as heavy into the maker as I should be. I was aware of the maker. I was aware that there was an evil Reed Richards and that he did certain things hither and thither, but I never got real deep off into him. But here we go with Ultimate Invasion. Now, here's something I want to bring y'all attention to. This is the maker's memory log. Okay, and you can see key individuals' names on this memory log. Jim Hammond, we know that to be the original Human Torch of World War II. They say he's deceased, and the maker has his android brain. Then we got Steve Rogers, undefined. Don't know what's going on with Steve Rogers. James Buchanan Barnes, though, him dead. But we got a blood sample. And then you go on down, you go down the row and you notice there are two people who are captive. Thor Odinson and Stephen Vincent Strange. Now for Thor Odinson, they've got a destroyer seed. And an artifact for Doctor Strange, they have the Eye of Agamotto. So we have deceased, undefined, inactive, and controlled. Reed Richards is controlled. The Hulk is controlled. Howard Stark? Okay. So we're going to ease on down the road, which takes us to 6160 Manhattan skyline. And we see a familiar form streaking across the Manhattan skyline. That is, of course, the armor of Ultimate Iron Man. Who are these people at the bottom of the page, though? Is this something new? Or does he always show off like this when he takes the new suit out for a spin? Every single time, Mr. Stane, as in Obadiah. Obadiah Stane is black in the 6160? Okay. I don't think Dad considers a test run complete until he's waved at every single lady in upper middle management in the city. Dad. So that there is Anthony Stark. And the man in the armor yep, it is Howard Stark in the Iron Man armor. Interesting. Okay. He doesn't have a butler, Jarvis. He instead Jarvis. So Jarvis is a woman. More changes. Interesting changes. Just, yeah. Okay. So Howard Stark and Obadiah Stane run Stane Stark International, whatever you want to call it, in the 6160. Now, they are getting ready to go to Latveria. And when they get to Latveria, they show up like in MCU. Check them out. They pulling up like celebrities. You know what I'm saying? And they getting interviewed and, all of that kind of stuff. Now, who else is pulling up in this universe? You got the immortal Hulk, and apparently he's some kind of guru or priest or something because he's learned to control his rage. Also, we have something called the Pacific Clans and Sunfire, Viper, Madam Hydra, whatever you want to call her in this universe, and what appears to be a version of the Silver Samurai. I like that version of the Silver Samurai. It's a lot better to me. It's just in my opinion. It's better than the Harada in the 616's costume. And who else we got pulling up to this superpower G6 summit? The Rasputin family. Ooh. So they're like the Russian mafia? Because it says, only here under the white flag of peace, the Rasputin family needs no introduction. Infamy and fear precede them. Biology and evolution relentlessly pursue them. Ooh, okay. So we've got Pyotr, Ilyana, and Arkady. Now he's part of the Rasputin family. I guess that's cool. And then coming out, round that summit out, we got the Maker coming out of doors that look like it's built for a giant. But his whole thing is, waiting, almost as if he's expecting something to happen. And what is he expecting to happen? An all-out assault by a veritable army of ultimates. Try saying that fast 5 times. We've got wasps, we've got caps, we've got Thors, and we've got giant men. And what does one of the Thors say to let you know what's going on? Just the Maker and other acceptable targets. No one else. Okay. So my guess when I first saw him, I thought to myself, maybe this is like one of those Avengers Forever type things and is some Avengers from the future. Turns out I was right, but not exactly in the way I thought they were going to be from the future. So, of course, because this is a comic book, fighting ensues, as only fighting can ensue. Obadiah and Howard are like, hey, you got your suit? And Howard's like, you told me not to bring my suit. But strangely enough, Obadiah brought his. And it looks like a surprising hybrid between the Ironmonger and the War Machine armors, because they are indeed warmongers. At least in this universe, it seems that way. And there's a lot of pages like this. This is the second page that we got like this, where we're looking at a bunch of Avengers. And oh my goodness, one of those evil visions just stuck his hand through Obadiah Stane's armor. Uh-oh. And Obadiah is incapacitated, on the field of battle. And here he's saying, damn it, my suit's going critical. So his suit's about to explode. And ironically, Howard Stark is caught in the explosion. So events in other universes do mirror one another. A Stark was caught in an explosion from a weapon of his own making. And then now we're looking, the ugliness of battle. Look at these singed Thors and Ilyana swinging a soul sword and Pyotr's knocking Thors on their ass. It's all out. It's all out. It's a knockdown, drag out. and they attack the Hulk, and the Hulk says the hell with rage, and at that point, Howard Stark blacks out and awakes in the lair of the Maker. By accident or by design? So he's telling him Obadiah Stane is dead. He tells the Maker, I saw it happen. And the Maker's very curt with him. He's like, we ain't got time to sit around and grieve. Look at what I got. Another page. Splash, 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 splash. And so what the Maker is letting Howard know is that these are clones of these people from the future. And if these are clones of people from the future, they had to come from genetic material in the present. So rather than being that cat, the Maker chooses to stick to his nature. I'm going to be a bad guy. I'm rounding up everybody who has the same genetic signature as these ultimates, and I'm having them eliminated, like so. Which causes the genetic material that they are to break down. And the Maker don't care that Howard Stark, a warmonger, is appalled by all of this. He's still like, you idiot. You know they're going to do the same thing to you, find you in your crib, erase you and what you've done. And just as confident, the Maker retorts, that doesn't work with me because I wasn't born here. That's right. This Maker is from the 1610 universe. So he cannot be traced to anywhere in this universe. He doesn't descend anywhere in this universe. So he is unique in this universe. And I emerge fully formed. If they come for me, it'll have to be at the height of my powers. The Maker's a good villain. He's a real good villain. He's monologuing, but he's not ranting. I like that. I'm telling you what I'm going to do because there ain't nothing you can do to stop it. And that's what I like about the Maker. The Maker monologues like Ozymandias. I already did the shit I'm going to do. So I'm just telling y'all about it and to let you know there's nothing you can do to stop it. Man, the Illuminati and the superheroes from the 616 got their hands full. T'Challa told him in that video, bruh, we fighting an evil version of you. What the hell can we expect? Trouble, trouble, trouble. Okay? Bottom line. The Maker shows Howard Stark his Immortus engine and his time-traveling apparatus, and he's letting him know it's not working. And Howard Stark is going back and forth with him about, why are you even doing this? You shouldn't be messing with time. You shouldn't be fooling with it. And of course, the Maker's like, man, shut your ass up. I'm already doing what I'm doing. And he's like, these people, that was your first encounter with them. They sending these clones after you. That was your first encounter with them. And he's like, no, it was the second. The first was 2 weeks ago. And look what happened to the Maker. Howard Stark's like, how you still alive? He's like, I heal different. He said, now get ready for this. My body is not like yours. For self-preservation's sake, I choose to separate and redistribute my brain and vital organs a long time ago. I will heal, and it will take time, but I did suffer some damage. My memory is impaired, flawed, and fractured. I can't trust what I remember because I am remembering things incorrectly. Hence, what he's doing with Thor, what he did with Obadiah Stane and Howard Stark rather than Tony Stark. I don't know if that was by design or if that was, just his memory farting on him or whatever. But yeah, that's the deal. And he wants to remake this world in his image because he knows it's flawed and fractured. And at the beginning of the book, he said he can do much better, And he said, I need you to do this more than anyone else on this world and maybe others. And he says, why? Because, Howard Stark, I believe you are the one who built this. Ooh, to be continued. So Howard Stark is potentially the catalyst to create all of this technology where we're time traveling and reality traveling. That's deep, man. But it makes sense. I mean, if Tony Stark's not of full intelligence and geniusness and his playboy billionaire philanthropist mode, then somebody else has got to take up that mantle. And in the 6160, apparently it is Howard Stark. What else is going on in the 6160 universe that is drastically different from what we see in the 616? Well, there's a couple more issues coming out, y'all, and all of this is going to unfold. Are y'all rocking with Ultimate Invasion? Are y'all rocking with Ultimate Invasion? Have you picked up Ultimate Invasion issue number 2? If you have not, you need to. I know this video ran a little long, but it's a lot of information, chock full of information, and I just wanted to give it to y'all. I will try to make these videos a little shorter. I can probably summarize and do all of that a little faster than what I'm doing. But if y'all enjoying it, drop it in the comments. Let me know. Length ain't no big deal. It could be shorter. If you need it shorter, I'll make it shorter. You need it longer, I definitely make it longer. But for right now, going strength everywhere. For right now, this will suffice. Yo, if your experience has not been too spoiled, go ahead and go pick up Ultimate Invasion number 2, Hickman and Hitch, worth the read. That's it for now, but fret not, I will be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other.